Rob here from Edison 365, and I'm here to share with you the top 5 things we learned from working with one of the world's biggest startup accelerator programs. Firstly, before we dive into the 5 things, a little bit of context. This customer came to us with the main challenge regarding once they select the startups that they wish to accelerate and they wish to fund, how do they keep track of that? How do they actually manage those projects through to delivery and benefit realization? They had a real challenge of actually extracting data and understanding performance. So they came to Edison with our end-to-end solution to find out, once we have selected, how do we then manage these through our process and track and realize the benefits? This project started in May 2022, and all in all, it was a real good and big success for us. Huge learning curve, and I'm going to share those learnings with you now. So first and foremost, the biggest lesson learned was security. Now you can imagine, the Accelerator program is run by some of the world's biggest consumer brands, and they're wanting to bring in upwards of 50 to 60 startups from different backgrounds all across the globe. Each of these startups have got ideas with high IP, so intellectual property, so they cannot see what one another are working on. Same goes for the corporate partners that are backing each of these startups. They can't see what other corporate partners have invested in and how those projects are progressing. So security was a key thing. The way that we did this within Edison was the use of templates. Each of the templates had different access levels, different user roles, and different ways of managing those projects. So the way that we broke it up, the templates were exactly the same for each, but each template represented a different corporate partner. Each corporate partner had a different template, and they were process managers within there. Each of the startups were owners, so they could only see their own project when they logged in. The corporate partners could only see other projects within that template. Super simple, yet super effective. Number 2, ease of access. Now, this was probably the biggest challenge that we had. Again, imagine this. We've got 50 to 60 startups from across the globe. Okay, they are incredibly intelligent in their technology, but trust me, when it comes to other corporate technologies, not so easy. So the ease of access was an absolute key performance indicator and key requirement from our customer. What we did was set up a whole process where we managed the entire sign up and access process for them. So the invitation would get sent out to the startups, to the users that needed to be onboarded. We onboarded them, gave them access to the project, and then gave them the training materials to get them upskilled. Generally speaking, this would be reviewed on a daily, twice daily basis, and we would keep reviewing these access until everyone was onboarded and had the full knowledge. The reason why it was a bit more high touch, a bit more heavy handed, we wanted to make sure that not only did people log in, but they knew exactly what to do when they were in there, where to go, and that it was easy enough for them to set up their project. So a little bit more hand-holding, but the process was such a team effort between us and the customer, and we got very few issues with what was quite a complex process. Number 3, standardization. So what do we mean by this? The context again needs to be given. So previously, the customer had ways that their startups would manage projects and give them feedback, which were in different formats, different technologies, and given to them in kind of different ways. So whether that be different currencies, different languages, different, as I say, formats, so Word, Google Docs, whatever that is. So being able to standardize the entire process and data capture was absolutely key. And that is Edison's bread and butter. Through working with the customer, we were able to say, okay, how do you do things at the moment? How would you like to do them? And how does that marry with what we do here at Edison? This meant that all templates, all ways of managing projects for every single startup, every single corporate partner was exactly the same and approved and understood by everyone interacting with the software. not only do you get standardized reporting, but we can train people in a standardized way as well. And as I say, Edison is perfect if you're looking for this single source of truth. So yeah, standardization was a real key success for us. Number 4 is transparency. And something that I've repeated time and time again is this sense of standardization, knowing what's going on with the startups, knowing what's happening in all of the different projects. Now, this transparency was pretty much impossible with the old way of working, with the different formats, the different sources of truth. Bringing this all into one tool that can quickly and easily tell you what is going on. I mean, the feedback that we got was this is the first time ever that the Accelerator program had a standard way of looking at things. And not only this, that all of the corporate partners knew exactly what was going on with every single one of their projects and startups, all within the one ecosystem. Underpinning our technology, we built a bespoke suite of reports for the customer as well. So data and insights were all standardized as well and really specific to what they needed. So again, with the use of the reporting, with the use of the tool itself, transparency was easily achievable and a real positive from this project. And number 5 is, a real novelty for us. So face-to-face onboarding. So we conducted this project, or we started and kicked off in May 2022, just after COVID had kind of really settled down. And so we took the opportunity to onboard our customer in person. So what this gave us the ability to do was to really challenge the norm, really challenge their expectations and get them to really be hands-on and know the product. It was great. In all honesty, a little bit out of our comfort zone, having delivered things through Teams for the preceding couple of years, but it was great to have this face-to-face onboarding and shows how flexible we can be with the material and the onboarding procedures that we have. We do feel as well that our customers got a lot from this, getting to know us in person and ultimately getting to have a couple of drinks after the session, and it really did kick the project off in the right way. It was a real challenging project, a real diverse and challenging use case, but face-to-face onboarding and really getting to know each other, this really helped get things off to the best possible start. So to summarize, the 5 things that we learned from working with the global accelerator: 1, security and how we managed to achieve that in-app with the use of user roles and templates. Number 2, ease of access, a defined process, a standardized way of onboarding customers and upskilling them and getting them up to speed and launching their first project as quickly as possible. 3, standardization, single source of truth, standard way of doing everything when it comes to managing startup projects from across the globe. 4, transparency in-app and in reporting software. Again, first time that this customer ever achieved this. And 5, face-to-face onboarding and all the challenges and the benefits that allowed us to bring to that customer at the very start of the project. I hope this was useful. I hope you took a lot from this, and these videos are designed to give you inspiration as to what we do as a business and also what you could do for yourselves using Edison 365. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers.